left this world too soon at the age of 21. I already made an impact on so many people around him, not because he demanded it, but because the kind of person that he was. One of the things that people will always remember about Henry was how much he cared about others and the type of person he would show. He was the type of person that he would show up without being asked. He would work hard, wouldn't complain. He would put people before him, especially his family. In a world where people can be sometimes so selfish, he focused only on other people. He stood out because of how natural and giving he was. He was an incredible son, amazing brother, and loved his family. It meant everything to him. The love I have for Henry couldn't be explained. I'll close this by saying he's gone, but won't ever be forgotten.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, Nick. Thank you for sharing. Mr. Gary Bedell.
I'm gonna try to get this through with my vocals that I lost 2 or 3 years ago. I'm gonna put it in for you and my families. I really don't know where to start. Basically, when me and Kachi got together, she introduced me to her family. Every one of them has been great people. And to Mick, who I knew his family as well, and I thank you for all the love you gave me. But Henry was an example of everybody that's sitting in this room that's good. That's all he knows. I've been blessed to have a son that Solomon was his best friend. I just want to let him know how I truly love him. He was a great kid. And may God continue to bless it. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you.
First of all, I want to say thank you to Gina Maloney. Thank you for the programs. You're beautiful. I came into Henry's life later than I would have liked, but it never felt that way. It's felt like I've known him his whole life. He was one of my favorite people in this world, and I think he knew it too. I'm gonna miss the random hey Tequila calls, the random pop-ups to my house, and the biggest hug immediately. We were with Adia and Eli this past weekend, and it was much needed for all of us, much needed giggles, and a little chaos, of course. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Henry made sure to let us know he was there. I was happy to see Eli smiling and laughing with his brothers, and of course, thinking he could possibly beat me up. At the end of the night, I decided to step into Henry's room and have a little private chat. With instant tears, I sat on his bed as if he were there, and I believe he was. And I asked him, "Why did you do this?" We all love you so much. It didn't have to be this way. I haven't gotten any answers yet, but I'm sure I will in my dreams. His type of spirit never dies. He will live on amongst us and within us. And I just wanted to say, young men, and I'll be more specific, young black men, never be ashamed or embarrassed to speak your heart to people and be honest. We will listen and we will pour into you the best way we know how. If you feel unheard, move on to somebody else. Don't give up. Never feel like you don't have options, because you absolutely do. You are loved. You are needed. Henry, the world needed you. It won't be the same. Come visit us anytime. We love you.
Hi, everyone. Okay, you can hear me. My name's Jocelyn. I know so many of you. For those of you who don't know me, I am one of Henry's aunties, and I love him dearly. I've got some stories to share with all of you from myself and my two beautiful kids who are sitting here. I'll start off with, as many of you know, Henry and Xavier, my Xavier, met in kindergarten. They became fast friends. One of the many things they bonded over was their love of basketball. I remember a classroom assignment brought home one day, one I still have. It has a drawing of a basketball and a little boy with the caption, "Xavier has a basketball, he gave it to Henry." And over the years, so many of us had the privilege of watching them pass that ball back and forth hundreds of times. I'm eternally grateful we got to witness the bond they shared on and off the court. But I want to share with you a brief story about when I first met our Henry. Xavier had already told me about his best buddy one day. But one day, while I was chaperoning a kindergarten field trip to the zoo, I got to see myself just how special he was. I had a group of about 6 kids, and Xavier and Henry were the only two I didn't have to yell at all day. So thank goodness they both have home training. As we walked around looking at the animals, Henry wanted to stop and read every sign. Now remember, he's in kindergarten. But he wasn't just reading bear or lion, he was reading the scientific names, the ones that most of us skip over that are in the parentheses. I had to tell him, chill out. Dude, you're making the rest of these kids look real stupid. But that was our Henry, brilliant, curious, and just a little too smart for his own good. Sorry. As we, in that moment, I realized that Xavier had top-notch best friend picking skills, but what really sealed it for me was lunchtime. Henry opened his lunchbox and pulled out a note from his mom, Adia. It said something like, "I wish I could be there with you today. I hope you're enjoying the zoo. I love you." And right then I understood. Henry was such an amazing human because he was being raised by an amazing mother. Not long after that, Adia and I became close. Our Eli came along, and before you knew it, Adia, Henry, and Eli became our family. I thank God every day that those 2 little boys were placed in that classroom together. Henry, I love you. I will always be grateful for the joy, the brilliance, and the love you brought into our lives. Sorry, guys, I gotta take a quick break. All right. Xavier also has some beautiful memories to share. Henry was more than a friend, cousin, nephew, or son. He was a source of joy, happiness, peace, and comfort. He was a young man of high character, one I never had to question, someone who had my back at all times, whether we were in the same room or across the country. It is important that I thank you now more than anything. Thank you for 21 years of your presence, friendship, and great memories. You and your family opened my eyes to so many new experiences, and I felt it is only fair to say my childhood would have been incomplete without you. From the long, crowded car rides to countless dates, first-place finishes, or long, tiring weekends struggling to buy a win, to do something as simple as playing those video games in the basement and pulling pranks on our I cherish it all. I sit here every day just wishing we had a little more time, but it is important for me to understand that God's timing will always be better than mine. Psalms 91:11 states, "For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways." I now know that you will forever be with me, with us, at all times, no matter the distance. You will watch over us, keep us protected, celebrate us, and love us as you have always done before. I love you more than I can put into words. I know you are with me, and I promise to make you proud until we meet again. Now, Denicia has some beautiful memories as well. This is from my daughter, Denicia. When I first met Henry, he was to me Xavier's best friend. This role that he fulfilled so loyally and passionately garnered the most love and admiration from me. However, Henry soon became my friend as well. He always seemed very cool to me. He would show us his ninja stars and drawings, or even some kind of lizard or gecko he had gotten. Although the coolest thing of all was that he was willing to play with me too. This is when I realized that Henry couldn't help being cool. It wasn't just his things or skills, it was his heart. Henry and Xavier used to play Minecraft together, and I would want to play too, but I wasn't any good at survival mode. Henry would play creative mode with me. He would even help me build parts of my house when I was too slow. I knew that then, as I know now, Henry is patient, he is kind, he is genuine. But the word friend could not alone encompass all that he was to us and all that he gave us. Henry is my family, and he let us be a part of his. The greatest gift of all was to let us grow up with him, to grow up with Eli and my Aunt Adia. Henry, I would not be able to predict how much of my life is shaped by you. You are ingrained in my reality as far back as I can remember, and as long as I will remember. Your presence, the love you warranted, is eternal. The lives of others affect us in a multitude of ways, but people that we love anchor our actions and our movements even more. What I mean to say is that Henry is always someone I have carried with me, and he always will be. He's someone I will come to recognize in myself, others, and people who have never even met him. Every part of him lives among us. The earth will always move with the remembrance of his weight. I know, though others may not realize, your calmness and love is reverberated through nature. As you are below, so are you above. Thank you.
Henry was the best brother ever. He always managed to make me laugh and keep a smile on my face. Even when it was beating me in basketball, showing me how to play video games, or just taking me to McDonald's late at night. All the stuff we got to do was so important to me. And I wish I had more time with you. I remember you in the front yard showing me how to fish when I got that first cast over the yard. You even showed me how to get the fish off the hook.
too pretty and perfect to be a little boy. Just shows how macho my pathetic little mind was at the time. By the time Henry was walking, he showed me what a perfect soul he was. At 18 months of age, I sat Henry on a 2-year-old bay Overo paint horse who had just been started under saddle. Henry and the horse Guy developed a bond like I had never witnessed. His mother, me, I attempted to take Henry off of Guy and almost created an international incident. Henry wasn't having it. A complete meltdown ensued, and I saw them stand head to head for long periods of time. Little Henry and a 1,200-pound horse. There was nothing being exchanged verbally, but the communication was way over my head. That was Henry, whether it be horses, fishing, going to a museum, or just chilling. He was that young man that was always there in the moment. May the stars light your path, the wind be at your back. Just know you are always in our hearts, and we will always smile when we think of you. Love, Papa. This is from his Uncle Julian. Dear Henry, there was always something a little deeper about you, nephew. You felt things in a way a lot of people don't. Love just came naturally to you. You didn't always have so much to say. Oh, you didn't always have to say much, excuse me. But when you did, it was usually exactly what someone needed to hear. I remember walking into the basement and you'd just light right up, stop whatever you were doing, and look up at me and go, "What up, Juice?" Get up and give me a big hug. Didn't matter who was around. And next thing you know, we're in a full-on ninja fight. Sounds about right. Everybody's hyped up. Then you and Eli team up and jump me, and that was us. We were always willing to be what your loved ones needed to be. You always showed up for people, and that kind of heart gave me hope. I wish the world had been as gentle with you as you were with it. But the love you gave, that just doesn't go away, and it can't be replaced. It stays here with us, nephew, and we carry that forward in how we show up for each other and how we love each other from here on out. I love you, Julian. And you're going to hear me just a little bit more because I have something myself. Henry was my son. And in my eyes, he was as close to perfect as any baby could be. He was a true textbook pregnancy. I only gained 30 pounds. I was only in labor for 12 hours, and he came on his due date. He was born with a head full of black hair and emerald green eyes. Henry was thoughtful, caring, genuine, and incredibly smart. He started reading at just 18 months old. And one day he told me that turkeys were the dumbest bird because they looked up at the sky when it rains. And I asked him, "Who told you that?" He said, "No one, I'm a psychologist." At the tender age of 6, he gave his older cousin, brother Solomon, who maybe was, 8 at the time, a recipe for cologne guaranteed to give him a date. Fellas, take note, I'm going to give you this secret recipe. It was Germ-X, Axe body spray, water, and the secret ingredient was sodium. He always thought of others before himself, and there were times when a neighborhood kid would come home with him because he needed a meal or just a place to stay for a few nights. And that was just who Henry was. And he never expected anything in return. I'll never forget when Henry's new bike we'd gotten him for his birthday was stolen out of our garage. And that same little boy saw that bike and stole it back for Henry. If you were lucky enough to spend time with him, you already know his smile was infectious and his giggle was music to the ears. That is a song I will long to hear for the rest of my life. Henry grew into an amazing man. His love for music, the arts, fishing, and his horse, gaming, basketball, most of all, spending time with his family made him a well-rounded and truly good human being. In the last few years, Henry stepped up to help fill the void for his brother Elias and did an incredible job. Eli, he loved you with his whole heart. Even though when we first found out we were pregnant with another boy, he told us to get rid of you because boys are too much trouble.